It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, and I have my good friend Nick Barnett on. Yeah, Nick Barnett, he's, blazing a trail, leading the way for a lot of people to understand exactly what it is they can do to make transactions in real money. And not only is it real money, for its silver content, it's got United States government brand on it. It's U.S. minted coins. You can buy them by the thousands of dollars. Well, they're not as available. We used to be able to get them. They have now. They're a little bit more difficult to get. You can only get them some at a time, to the point that Nick's not willing to, just be giving away his dimes anymore. And I know what he means, because I, supplied a bunch of dimes for this. I just never seem to get them back. You know what I mean? So we're a little bit more stingy on these. But that just all means all the more that they have value. Now, they've had some value with other activists that are doing things to be able to raise money. And it's an interesting way of doing it. Now, Nick and Drew have created these coins in cards. Explain that and how Liberty on Tour is making use of them.
Well, for those that haven't seen them, it's a laminated business card with a hole punched in it, the exact same size as a dime. So on the front, you can put whatever kind of logo you want. It's a nice, hard, it's about the same thickness and size of a credit card, so it's stiff. And then on the back, it's got a little chart that tells you what the silver content in this dime is worth at a certain spot price of silver. So I just have to, the one that was closest to me was printed when silver was $30 an ounce, which wasn't too long ago. But this dime has 2.25 grams of silver in it, and at $30 an ounce, it's worth $2.17. So it's worth what, $2.50 now, somewhere around there. And our original idea was, hey, we're going to try and use this as some sort of barter currency like Shire silver, because that this thing has silver in it. If you trust the government at least a little bit, that it's 90% silver. With Shire silver, like you said, I trust them and you trust them, but trying to get the gas station guy at the corner to believe you that's silver, that's a little harder to do. So people were really interested in this, except it just wasn't really feasible to use it as a barter currency. So then we started thinking, what can people do with these? Well, they can use them as a cool kind of tool to talk about monetary policy, like an icebreaker. And to get these in people's hands, you could sell them as cheap as possible, or you can sell them and kind of sell yourself as an activist, like, hey, look what I'm doing. Could you support me? This is a $2.25 dime. I'm asking $10 for it. You're gonna support me in my activism? Do you like what I do? Lots of activists out there can get $10 for these things. We've got $15 for a dime on it. Adam and Pete over with Liberty on Tour, we got them their own run that has Cop Block and Liberty on Tour on them, and they're getting $10 each for donations. So when somebody makes a $10 donation, they get this little gift. It's got real silver in it, and it didn't, they're still making, money on this donation, but the people that are giving donations are getting something of value in return. Sooner or later that dime might be worth $10.
Well, something they want to keep in their wallet. I mean, they want to keep it. I got several, and I use it as a demonstration tool. It's like I used to walk around, and I still have it. I have this one old silver certificate dollar. I think it's a 1929 or something. And it's always good. Yeah, see, it says silver certificate. It's not Federal Reserve note, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is that the actual silver has the same educational aspect in a different way. It shows what inflation is. Where this used to be a dime of silver, now is worth $2.50. So it's, and what makes you think that it's not really, viable as a form of barter? I use it all the time.
No, it is, but it's not a form of a viable business plan for me to try and sell this as a barter currency. It's totally a barter currency if people want to go and make it themselves. That's all I was getting at.
Yeah. So okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you're not going to make a whole bunch of where the real profit would come in for someone like you guys is the promotional aspect of it. And I know Drew goes around. You have these coin dealers or someone like me, or you're promoting a campaign or something like that. You put this on there. Now, of course, the value of it's going to be after you get done with all the making. It could be easily $3-5, depending on how much work you want to put into it. And I'm going, okay, so what is it that I would use it for that it would, because it's not a 5-cent business card. This is dollars. So how would I use this as something? Well, you go to a coin dealer, when you're dealing with large sums of silver or gold, they see this as a valuable thing to give to someone as part of their purchase, and they get this nice warm fuzzy feeling of a card that they never throw away. And they put it in their pocket, and it's a very good marketing tool for things like Freedom's Phoenix. Now, you're going to be going to Pork Fest. Are you taking a bunch of these with you?
Yeah, we're going to take them up there and see what the market says they're worth. Our original plan was to go and sell a bunch, but we're just not going to do that. We're going to take a bunch of our dime cards, and we're going to see what they're worth. Maybe we'll be able to get $5 or $6 worth of food for a single dime card. We'll let you know when that happens. We've got a bunch of other things that we're taking up to Pork Fest too. Like, did you see the email I just sent you that had pictures of our new project that we're working on?
No, tell me about it.
If not, I'll go ahead and explain it. Well, when we were over to your house a couple weeks ago, Jeff was making colloidal silver, and we saw how easy it was and the benefits that it provides. And we've got colloidal silver kits that we're taking up there. So we've got this. It's all in a mason jar. It's got everything you need. It's got the batteries. It's got the wires. It's got the alligator clips. It's got the silver. It's got the everything. And it's in a mason jar, and it's got a label on it. And we use the MASH logo. MASH was the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
Got it.
we changed it to CASH. So it's the Colloidal Agarist Silver Hospital.
Oh.
It's everything you need to fight disease and clear up acne, and you can make, tens and maybe 100 gallons of colloidal silver with this kit that we're making.
Very, very, very cool. This is the kind of stuff the big bad guys do not want getting out. Just the knowledge, and then of course the kit, and along with the other, you could even promote your cash, with your dime card.
Yep.
And make that
It's
part
already in the works.
I'm with you, brother. This is, thanks for sharing with us on this stuff, because I'm glad that all of a sudden it took off. And it was always growing. It was always building. It was always going to come. It was always going to come down to wallet voting. Well, now, Nick Barnett, give out some of the sites that they can go to where they can find this stuff.
Well, obviously, walletvoting.com has all of the graphics and instructions. You can go and check it out right now. If you want to get the application or see a demonstration of the app and see what phones it's available for, go to whatisthiscoinworth.info.
Whatisthiscoinworth.info. And from watching that video that you did, you go into the other parts of the application that existed there to make change and everything. I didn't even know it was there until today. Just found it. Watch the video. We'll be right back.